You know, it does seem like the pathetic men help, are really looking for guidance to get through the tough times in life. If I tried to connect with them, on a basic compassionate human level, it might talk some sense into them.
Psych!
What the fuck was I thinking? I'm better than them. Look at all the expensive possessions I own, and the amount of money I make a month. The only few people that should not even be mentioned are in the secret elite alpha success club unknown by these desolate normies. All these lost men need to fight and work those 8,000-hour work weeks to get to the top just like me.
You sure do end up encountering a lot of people within your life. But what every man should remember is to swallow their pride. Because pride does cometh before the fall. Down to every human's most basic and deepest desires is a sense of connection and belonging with other humans. It's considered one of the main fundamental needs within every human's life. And if one thing can't be more obvious to anyone's eyes, is a man lacking in basic human connection. Now, I'm not picking sides, but in a lot of times, men do go through it pretty rough within their life. We come into human nature very durable to it. So naturally, we are made just to endure the rough of it. Defending and standing up for our own selves, physically, mentally, and verbally, all simultaneously on a constant daily basis. While facing almost at an instant, having our lives being smashed to pieces right in front of us by any individual stature, being threatened, pissed off about it, being whatever about it, having a distaste or any type of attitude towards it, just looking at you as the man you are and thinking you can just completely tear it to shreds, and you're just gonna have to take it. Because you're a fucking man. And all you should be really thinking is, that's fine. Because you still need to keep your cool. You need to be cool, calm, and collected throughout your days. Maintain a clear head with on your shoulders, and still maintain that human connection through any individual that you may encounter, no matter the type of situation that has happened. Maintain the thick skin you have as a man, and not let anything get under your skin. Because you're going to be poked at, you're going to be made fun of, you're going to be laughed at, you're going to be looked at as a complete joke, and the exact opposite of what you are trying to put out here within reality. It's just inevitably going to happen. And it may be very tough at that time receiving that whenever it may happen, but you need to have forgiveness. Forgiveness is just so simple to understand. Because the exact meaning of forgiveness is within the wording of it. Forgiving. That's what it's meant for. It's for giving. Now, I'm not saying if you encounter a situation where you are being explicitly called basically a nobody within society by an individual, to look at them and just get all giddy and happy and be like, it's fine, man, I forgive you for that. I don't care. Come on. Remember, forgiving. And when you give something, you let something go. As in, don't care. Don't pay any attention to it. Don't give it any acknowledgement whatsoever. And go about your day. Forgive and forget. It is, in fact, one of the hardest acts a man could perform within his life, is to react like that. I had to catch myself sometimes. Sometimes I get mean comments just like any other YouTuber on here. And you know, I still have a small channel, so sometimes I react to them. But soon right after, I forget about it. It has no relevancy within my life whatsoever. Just how like anything similar has no relevancy within your life, so you should just forget that. Because what really puts the nail in the coffin with that is just forgiving what has happened. Forget what has transpired, and give yourself to the situation to make amends with it, to move on past it. Because forgiveness is the only thing that will truly maintain human connection within any individual's life. Giving your own self, your own authentic self, fully and truly at any present time, as a step, as a help, as a presence that is useful. A real man that you can count on. Because as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's very easily to spot out a man who lacks basic human connection within life. And a lot of times, it's very out there. As in, he's flashing his materialistic items out there. Trying so hard to plead away from the disconnect of connection. This is how it is so made obviously to anyone who sees it. If someone is acting artificial or authentic. Is someone within their life artificially manufacturing materialistic ideals to his life, all around him trying to boast that this is him and this is what he should be respected for. The big flashy bank account, the big fancy cars, the huge houses, the islands, whatever you want to say. All of these possessions artificially manufactured to boast, to convince, to rummage up fake appraisal towards him. No real connection. And I'm not saying every successful man who possesses these things act in this way and lack connection. Because there are plenty that do not lack human connection and still indulge in the successes of their own individual lives, and are quite impressive to most individuals. But I would say a lot of times with those guys on top of that within their life, their happiness is maintained through their connections and not through all the materialistic bullshit. Because come on, down to it, money don't mean dick. And the ones that do lack this basic human connection will endure the same outcome that happens to anyone who has this problem. Is more than likely they're going to get to their deathbed and feel a huge lump of regret within their throats, as if majority of their life was completely wasted and the main source of enjoyment in life was completely ignored. The Death of Ivan Ilyich by Leo Tolstoy paints this picture perfectly. A successful man lying on his deathbed with the waking words of "what if my whole life has been wrong?" Having the complete fear of death as it creeps upon him, realizing that he's going to lose everything that he has built, materialistic-wise, and the lack of connection, until, assumably, he comes amends to himself and pleads forgiveness through his son and his wife. So never stop improving your basic human connections within your life as a man, because life is not going to last forever. It's going to be completely taken out of your hands at any waking moment someday. It's just all going to vanish. And down to that, what do you really want to leave behind? All this crap that doesn't even have a living heartbeat, that has no compassion felt towards you whatsoever? It was just owned by you to bring an impressive voucher towards you from individuals? Or do you want to leave with a true connection from others, felt by yourself? And no matter what you are faced with, forgive and forget about it. But always, give yourself to it.